Good morning, everybody. It looks like it's going to rain outside, and I'm sitting in the new rocker that Clay gave me. And, well, we both got rockers, and we have been enjoying these. We decided to get the plastic ones at Lowe's because I know the wooden ones are pretty, but then we have to paint them and fix them and different things through the years. So we just said, get the plastic ones. If they break or go bad, we'll just buy new ones. It just works better for us and that. But today I want to talk to you about who told you that? Who told you that you were stupid? Who told you that you were ugly? Who told you that you couldn't do that? Who told you that this or that? So what I'm trying to tell you is just because somebody told you something about you doesn't mean that that defines you. As a man thinks in his heart, so he is. That's what the Bible says. So the bottom line is this. People are going to tell you all kinds of things about yourself. And you may let that define you. Or they may tell you, like, one lady said that she kept cooking her ham and cutting it in half. I believe Joyce Myers tells the story. And because that's how she thought she should cook a ham. And then one day she was talking to her mother because her mother told her that. And her mom said to her, she goes, I don't know why you do it, but I did it because my pan wasn't big enough to hold the ham. So, begin to think for yourself. Don't let anybody define you. Be yourself and think about things that you take on and start to make life changes on. Like one person may tell you something and you base your whole life on that. Maybe there's a group of people that just say stuff, and we don't always know why the agenda or why people say stuff. I worked at a place one time where a guy was jealous of my sales, so he kept saying just little crappy things about me all the time. And I knew that's why he did that, because I was always a really good seller. But I could have let that define me. Instead, I kind of felt like that's his problem, not mine, because I'm here to make money for the owner. And you can pick at me and say lousy things to make me feel bad about myself. But yeah, I don't, it's like one ear out the other, because, if it's something that I want to, improve on, fine. But he was just saying, like whenever I hear somebody say something like that has no, how do I put it? Like there's no reason for it, just because they're just jealous or something. Like they'll take things, and basically the bullies in life will say little things. Not always a bully. Sometimes someone just says something, and some people speak without thinking. I know I have before. And they say things, and you could take that in and define that, or define yourself with that. So basically, think through some of your thoughts about yourself and say, why am I doing this? Who told me this? And if it's something that's you're doing that's odd or not the truth, because only deal in truth, maybe that's something you need to reconsider and change your behavior on. So today's thought is, when you're doing something, well, there's the thunder. Who told you that? Who told you that? And then that might clear up some of the things that we all do, that, we just pick up these little things, and like a possum does that. His babies all kind of around his back and then they all fall off. Well, that's what I want you guys to do, is these little thoughts and things that define you or you're doing that aren't, like, you just kind of picked up in life. Like when a possum walks through the town, those babies fall off, and that's kind of why they repopulate everybody. But just start redefining yourself and say, wait a minute, why am I cutting the ham in half? You know, why am I doing this and that? And it's like, that doesn't make sense. And then, start to do things in truth, only deal in truth. And remember, You are valuable in and of yourself. So I hope this helps you. I hope this is a blessing to you. I hope you start to rethink some of the things you're doing. Like the possum, let these little things fall off you that you picked up somewhere in life that really aren't the truth and just somebody else's way of defining you or their thoughts about you. Just kind of let these things go. And sometimes I'll even say to myself, that's how that person sees me, but that's not who I am. You know, like maybe that person doesn't like me because they don't like right now I stopped dyeing my hair for a while. Maybe they don't like me dark with dark hair, so they don't like that. So maybe now they're not my friend anymore because I don't have bleach blonde hair. You know, it's like maybe that was their issue. It had nothing to do with, you know, like they might say, oh, I don't like your hair today. And then I'm like, my hair is, you know, of course that has blowing in the wind. Then all of a sudden they don't like me. And then I start thinking, gee, there's something wrong with my hair. Of course, today it's windblown. But then I start letting that define me. Or say you have a mustache and someone's like, ooh, you look terrible with that mustache. Well, that's just that person's opinion. It's not necessarily true. Somebody might think you look debonair, and somebody else might think you look like a used car salesman, so to speak. So it's just their opinion. So just start to rethink. And like I said, those are people's personal opinions that have nothing to do with you. And one person might think one thing about you, someone else might think another. I've heard people say about people, ooh, that person's weird. And I think to myself, I love that person. I think that person's great. I think that I enjoy being with them. What do you mean they're weird, you know? But they might say that to that person, and that person might go through life thinking they're odd and there's something wrong with them. And then what they do is they kind of pick up that stuff and start behaving that, like behaving with the way they think other people want them to be. And it's really not who they are because everybody, you know, kept saying, every time they see, say, you know, Joey Boy or something. Everybody acts weird and stuff, but that's not who he was. It's just because everybody keeps defining that person, they begin to take on that behavior that may not even be themselves. So don't let people define you. Who told you that? Who told you that? And begin to just be who you are. And remember, you are valuable in and of yourself. And what one person doesn't like about you, another person may absolutely love. I love people. I love their uniqueness. I was in the beauty business for years, and somebody might think, ooh, I don't like the way that girl looks. And I'd be looking at her like as an eye of, in my opinion, of a skilled person. I think, oh my goodness, that girl is so beautiful. She has got the most lovely cheek structure or eye structure or hair, and she's feeling really bad about herself, and she's the most beautiful thing, and she doesn't even know that's what other people are thinking. But because everybody says rotten things, or a few people or somebody close to her said something, now she's took that on her back and she needs to get it off and stop believing that way. Okay, so there you guys go. Oh, gotta have my morning coffee. Okay, who told you that? God bless you. And remember, big or small, you too can be a backyard farm.